Why does modern gaming feel so boring? You're an average boy like me who likes games, play a lot of games. So why is it you always catch yourself just going back to games that have already been out for 5, 10 years, even longer ago? You know what I'm talking about. You have your niche game you like to play. Maybe it's Rocket League, maybe it's Sea of Thieves, maybe it's an old COD game, Black Ops 2, Black Ops 3, Fortnite, Minecraft, all these games that have pretty much been out for a while. Why is it that all the new games are just boring? The games you've been playing for years, you want a break, bro. You get a little bored. So you look at the new games and you start playing the new games. Well, what are the new games? I don't know. What do we have? The 20th Assassin's Creed. Okay, it's the same as the last game. It kind of sucked. It kind of sucked. We have what? The 8th God of War. It's just dragging on at this point, bro. His story's done. Let's make a new game. We're on the 100th Call of Duty. Who even cares anymore, bro? I think that's why it's boring, is oversaturation and just milking these games, these franchises, I should say. Milking these milking, I can't say it, bro. What am I doing? I'm yapping. Milking these franchises dry of the luster they had. I think it feels boring because, like I said, oversaturation. Every year there's a new COD, so what entices you to buy a $70 title and then play that game for 1 year and then the new one's out? There's no really point to me in playing a new Call of Duty because, for one, every game just feels like another big update. It doesn't feel like a new game. It's flooded with microtransactions. It's just lackluster, bro. The lightning in the bottle they captured back in the day is not here today. Playing these old games, like OG Fortnite back in the day, Black Ops 2, Black Ops 3, these old games I feel like everybody loves, really feels like lightning in a bottle. They captured lightning in a bottle. And that's why people still go back to these games and play them. Like, I know Fortnite's kind of taking its toll on a lot of people. A lot of people are leaving it. It's just kind of, like I said, it feels milked at this point, at least for me. And I still play Fortnite every now and then, but it's just kind of one of those, like, boring games. They came out with a battle pass. Now everybody has a battle pass. Now everybody wants to make a Royale game. I forgot the term, bro, but where you drop on an island and you kill 100 people and you're done. On to the next match. The lightning in the bottle they captured back in the day is just kind of gone. And I say that because all the new games just feel like a smash bottle. A bottle they smash on a table. And now it's dangerous, bro. It's literally a weapon now. You got a smash bottle you can stab somebody with. And that's what it feels like. They're just giving you a smash bottle. Like, what are you going to do with this? All right, if I want to kill somebody, I'll get a knife. I don't need this smash bottle. I don't need this piece of shit game that I've basically already played 100 times. The new Assassin's Creed, the new Call of Duty. I don't even know what else is out there, bro. I don't know. It all just feels boring and unimportant. The new Call of Duty releases and you grind for camos, and then the new Call of Duty's out and you're like, okay, grind more camos. Like, come on, bro. What are we doing? It's boring. Like, who wants to get caught in a cycle of playing the new Call of Duties? It's really a tragic cycle. It feels like all the new games play it so safe to where it's all watered down the same game, basically. It's just a super modernized version of the lightning in the bottle they caught back in the day. And they're milking it dry, bro. And so it feels lackluster. It feels unimportant. It feels boring. And that's why the games that tend to pop off nowadays seem like it's always some random, out of nowhere, different game that is just totally different. What I mean by that is games like Lethal Company. It feels like everybody who could played that game at some point. And then you were like, okay, things get boring. You've seen all Lethal Company has to offer. You move on to the next game. What is there? There's Fall Guys, different kind of game. Up, whatever the game is, where you do all this parkour and you go to the sky. It's like everybody played this game because it was different. Even back in the day, bro, it's these new different games that everybody comes to because it's different. It's unique. It's not the same watered down Call of Duty. It's games like Happy Wheels, games like Elden Ring. I know people who've never played any Souls-like game and they played Elden Ring and they loved it because it's different, bro. It's a break from all this slop that I feel like is just being produced today. But that kind of brings me to my point, bro, is it gets boring because it all just becomes kind of watered down when you copy the exact same formula over and over. Now, if there was a Lethal Company 2, then I feel like if it's not good, if it's really just an update to Lethal Company 1, like every Call of Duty is now, it would be boring. Nobody would really care. Like, okay, that's a money grab. That's what it all feels like. Call of Duty is just a money grab at this point. And I don't know. I forgot the point I was just trying to make because, yeah, I had to go do something. But I feel like the ultimate point I really want to make is that games, when they take a risk, they can either, they can flop or they can pop off. Now, look at Fortnite, for example. They took a risk there. It was just some whatever. When it came out, it was just some battle royale where you could build. It wasn't just some whatever new Call of Duty. It was a new, literally revolutionized games. by making every game now have a battle pass and feel the exact same. But Fortnite came out, it was different. Okay, people are attracted to this new and different, unique games that take risks. But now with gaming being as almost revolutionized as it is, being one of the biggest industries out there, of course, you're not going to take a risk on that, okay? Especially when you pour millions of dollars into developing a game. You can't really afford to take risk. You just play it safe. And then I think when you start playing it safe, players are going to start to get bored. And I feel like every game nowadays, being the industry it is, the go-to is to play it safe. They go instantly to playing it safe. And now I say that because I feel like every new game is either just a rehash of the last game. And like I said, there's God of War, Assassin's Creed, you got Borderlands, obviously Call of Duty. It's all kind of just rehashes of stuff we already played. There's nothing new. There's no risk being taken. So there's nothing compelling me to play those games. And when I think about gaming, when I think about the fun times, usually it's the older games that I like. Obviously, you have the Minecraft and the Fortnite, but there's also these other kind of one-off games that are unique in their own way, and it's new and it has something to actually offer. I'm talking games like Sea of Thieves, Cyberpunk, the original Dark Souls, bro. Lethal Company when it first came out, Elden Ring. But the thing is, this is the point I was making, is that if you just keep rehashing the same thing, like, I don't know what they're going to do after Elden Ring. I don't know what the move is. I really don't. I don't know what you do. But honestly, I think if you were to introduce another Elden Ring, say Elden Ring 2, for example, I'm sure it would get played and it would probably be a pretty fun game, but there's like no way it's going to be as good as the last, because if I saw Elden Ring 2 right now and the trailer was kind of just like, whatever, if it was a really good trailer, maybe I'll play it. But my first initial thought is, okay, this is just more slop and it's going to be like a $70-$80 title I have to pay for. And it's kind of just, rehashing what I already played. And I think from there it starts to go downhill, bro. All these companies who play it safe, and sometimes they even make it not even about the game. They're trying to appeal to like woke communities outside of gaming. Just look at Rainbow Six Siege, for example. It was cool, and then all the new operators were like, we don't really care. We're just playing the game. We want to play a new operator that has a new gadget. But instead, what they do is that, they do that. They kind of give you a new gadget or whatever. But then all the operators, the new ones recently, what do they add? They added a gay guy. They added a trans. They added a literal cripple who can't walk in a wheelchair. And it's like trying to make everybody feel accepted when it's like, bro, the players really don't care, bro. These players are screaming racial slurs at each other every day. Every day they log on, bro. That's what they do. That's what they think is fun. That's what they do, okay? I'm not saying that's not fun. I'm just saying, nobody really cares if the new operator is gay. And I feel like it's just always becoming more and more less about the actual game. Like I said, following agendas, following the money, pushing infinite microtransactions, rehashing everything we already played, making a new mediocre Call of Duty, mediocre zombies. It's like there's just so much shit. It's boring now, bro. It's not fun. It's becoming less and less about the game. It's not fun. It's boring. When I find myself enjoying games, it's always the old games, bro. I'm talking like Fable, bro. Fable, my all-time top game, I think is Timeless. And that game took a risk, okay? When it came out, it was different. There was really like no game like Fable. If you don't know Fable, bro, think Skyrim, bro. Skyrim, but Fable pretty much did it first, just not to the same level, I guess. And it's like these games, these different ones that are going to go down in history, bro. Like actually gaming history. Think 50 years from now, people are going to look back and be like, yo, I remember when I first played Cyberpunk. Now, if you first played it when it released, yeah, it released pretty shit. But if you were to play it now in the state it's in, it's a great game, dude. Going to go down and like definitely a top 10. Cyberpunk, it's a masterpiece, bro. Same with some of these older games that feel like they're not all about stealing money out of your pocket. And when you think about Call of Duty 6 and 7, I mean, what are we gonna like look back and remember 50 years from now? Oh, Call of Duty 6 and 7. Yeah, I remember enjoying that game. Never. I remember enjoying Call of Duty 2, Black Ops 2, but not all of the new regurgitated shit, bro. It's just boring. It's becoming watered down, and I feel like there has to be a big shift in the gaming industry to really, I don't know, go balls deep and just taking risks on new games, making a new game, bro. Forget Call of Duty, forget Black Ops, forget Assassin's Creed, forget these money grabs. And I think the shift they need to go like all in on risk taking. And if they can like create a new game that can really capture a big audience, I think is when gaming will feel fun again. Because it was like a nexus point almost. Like back in the day, it was like everybody's playing Call of Duty 2, everybody's playing Minecraft, everybody's playing Fortnite. Now it's like it's so scattered and there's so much, it feels boring. Like everything's lackluster. And I'm kind of ranting on now. I don't know how much sense this video made, but yeah, that's kind of my take, bro. I think modern gaming is becoming pretty boring. And when I think about my favorite games, none of them are new games. Pretty much none of them are. There's never been, probably in the past 5 years, the past 5 years of releases, maybe even 10, there's really like no game I can look back on and be like, yeah, well, maybe not 10 years. You know, there's been some good games in the past 10 years, but I think you get my point, bro.